Alright folks, how are you? How are you doing? I'm back at it again and I'm so excited to know that you guys get some time to watch this, and this is so awesome. Today I want to talk about division and how it's really affecting our communities and society and the world at large, because trust me, there's so many things, so many things that we could have been able to override if it was not for division, because you know very well everybody in this world is created for a purpose, and there is something that this person has to do, something special about this person. Though some of us, we don't take the initiative to find out what we are created to do in this world. We think that money is the purpose that we are all created for. We before we know it, when we're still young, we're being told how to make money, how to go to school and make money, how to do whatever we have to do so that we can get money and be rich. But there is more to just money, and that's what we are looking at as a purpose. But hey, we are not here to talk about purpose, we are here to talk about division. But I cannot help it if I have to talk about division and I don't talk about purpose, because trust me, at the end of the day, there is no way you can reach to your full potential if you're divided, because we all need people to help us reach our full potential, to help us and guide us to reach to our potential or our purpose in life. So if we are all divided, we are missing out that niche that would help us connect very well, so that you can get what you don't have from somebody else. And that's what exactly has been affecting the community and the societies where we come from. And some of the people have realized that division is such a weapon that is more stronger than even nuclear weapons. It's more stronger because people that are divided, or a community that is divided, it's very hard for them to stand. They will simply jeopardize themselves. They will jeopardize themselves, and that's what is happening all around the world, especially when it comes to Africa. The too much division that is there, because we've been so much lied that we are not the same, and this is what we think. The world at large, we are dividing ourselves into races, into ethnicities. This is really affecting us. We are all human beings, regardless of our color skins. That is just a pigmentation. So we've so much emphasized on what is my color skin, what is my IQ levels, what is my family background, and all these things. We've looked at them and considered them to be of value. But trust me, even the least person in this world has something to add on to your life. Just look at an ant. An ant is it's one of the smallest insects, but it's good when it comes to breaking down the soil, and this is good for the plants. So whatever is born or whatever is created in this world has something to offer to the world. And if you end up dividing yourself, that means you're gonna miss out on that potential that is in that somebody. Because if we are all divided, we cannot exploit ourselves. Sometimes we need guidelines, we need guardians that can help us discover ourselves. And if we don't have these people around us, because we are divided, because we are considering races, because we are considering ethnicities, because we're considering tribes and all whatsoever you can name it, trust me, the world is going to be in total jeopardy. That's why you see a lot of wars, kingdoms rising up against kingdoms. It's all because of this division. I don't know who came up with this whole thing of division, but it's really killing the entire race, all the races actually, and it's killing the entire generation regardless of our races. So we need to cut this down as fast as possible. This is how division comes into existence. I'll start from the highest levels and I go down to the least. Division starts from races. That is all around the world, races. Then it goes down to ethnicities. Then it goes down to nationalities. Then it goes down to tribes. Then it goes out to families. Then it goes out to families, I mean, you're gonna talk about this is my mom, this is my stepdad, this is my stepbrother, this is my sister. This is all division. Then it goes down to favorite, who is the most favorite. Then it goes down to who is the most intelligent. All this is division. Trust me, even the weakest thing in this world has something to offer to the world. That's why I gave you an example of an ant, and I gave you an example of a bee. A flower as bright as it can be, it cannot pollinate itself. It needs a bee. It needs to attract a bee. So this is so important in life. Let's try to fight division. And when it comes to some parts of the world, it's too dominant. It's too dominant. For example, from a place where I come from, we have been brainwashed. I would call it brainwashed, that we cannot amount to anything, especially from the people that are of different skin color like us. We take them to be more superior than us. We think that they actually give us names that we have low IQ levels. This is a lie. This is just getting into our heads, and they've made us believe this. That's why I call it brainwashing. So they have categorized us, and we, being so slow, we've considered that, and we think these people are so different to an extent that even we ourselves, we have this division within ourselves with tribes. People are fighting against each other because of tribes. We are of the same color skin, but tribes. You've heard of xenophobia in South Africa. People are fighting each other because of nationalities. But hey, let me remind you of one thing. Before the white men came in Africa, Africa was one. There was nothing like nationalities. It was just kingdoms, and these kingdoms had a relationship. They could communicate with each other. So there was that oneness at the end of the day. We need this back. There is no way we're gonna thrive if we are divided. Remember the days of scramble and partition when these people came down to Africa. They emphasized divide and rule. They know it's very easy to rule somebody that is divided. Some people that hate themselves, and that's what they succeeded at, and they did it. That's why they were able to petition us in so many ways up to right now, which we call nations. You find that one tribe is divided into one kingdom is divided into two pits. One part of the kingdom is in another country, and another part of the kingdom is in the other country. This is how they drew their boundaries. But that's got nothing to do with us, because at the end of the day, that's not how God looks at us. In fact, there is no physical boundaries there. It is just a mapping. But in a reality, the world remains the same thing. These are man's invasions, just trying to divide the people. Hey, you're not of the same nationality with me. Hey, you stop here. But if we could make a world a better place, if we could make world one, then trust me, we would have a lot of things to do. Even the least thing in this world would have something to offer great to the thriving of this nation and to the thriving of the world at large. So that's what I want you to consider. Stop this whole thing of division. In Africa, it's too monotonous. Tribalism is too much. You get down to families, people are discriminating themselves. Hey, you don't share the same mom with me, so that means we have something. You don't share the same dad with me, so that means we cannot connect that far. That's how deep it goes. You don't have the same IQ levels with me, that means I don't need you. I have to be far away from you. That's how hard it's getting. And I just want to remind you that we can all not be equal. What you consider to be someone's weakness is actually his strength, because you're gonna need him at that thing. If we are all smart, who would help another? And if we are all dumb, who will help another? So in other way, you might be as rich as you can, but you cannot wake up one day and build your own house. You need somebody to help you. As much money as you might be having, Money is not going to be the one to get the tools and start building brick by brick, building your house. You need people to help you out that are experts in that. So if we still have this division, trying to tag names on tribes, tag traditions on tribes, this is what is killing us. In Africa, we go ahead to tag names on tribes because we give them traditions and things they do depending on their tribes. So that's how bad it's getting. But you know, this is really affecting, especially on a continent that is just fighting to grow. Trust me, this is the last thing you need. As a matter of fact, I don't know who came up with this whole thing of Africa can rule itself independently, nation by nation, but I know this is where it all started. And ever since that, we've always been enslaved to this, and it's not taking us anywhere. So we need to wake up and know that if at all we can come together, because right now the strongest nation in the world is united. It has over 52 states, but they're all united to make up one federal government. So why in the world Africa that is so poor would still insist on being nation by nation or country by country, and it's on its own? Can't you really look at that? If the people that are trying to do this to us, they are united. They have a AU, European Union, use the same currency. They don't have boundary restrictions and all those things. United States, there is nothing like that. And we Africans, as poor as we are, we insist that we want to be nation by nation and independent nation by nation. Don't you think this division is not going to take us anywhere? Actually, I strongly advocate that if Africa would come together, trust me, we would beat a lot of things. Because even this whole thing, enmity, animosity that we are having in between us as Africans is not going to take us anywhere. And I strongly believe we can change this. It only starts with us realizing that we need to get somewhere. But right now, as I'm speaking, we are like headless chickens. So we need to really come back to our senses. Division ain't gonna take us anywhere. And this is the same thing even in families. We have this whole thing of favoritism. Daddy loves you more than he loves me. Mommy loves you more than he loves me. And then you create that void in the family. People start hating each other. Kids start hating each other. This is so wrong. So that's what I want to encourage. Division is it's not one of, but it's the strongest weapon, most stronger than weapons of mass destruction. The reason that's why people are making nuclear weapons is because they have this in their mentality that one day a war is gonna come up and I need to be as strong as I can be so that I can defeat my enemy or my opposition. But if we could eradicate division, trust me, even we could not have rumors of wars. Not even rumors of wars. So this is what we have to get back to. We have to get back to our drawing board. That if there was unity, we would not even hear of nuclear weapons. But because there is too much division, people are always preparing, thinking that, hey, maybe I'm going to be the next victim. I need to be prepared. This is all is affecting. And we all know how problematic and how dangerous nuclear weapons can be to human health, even after decades. You know what is going on in Hiroshima, in Japan, up to right today. We have so many victims that are being affected. But this thing happened decades and decades back. So division is as bad as nothing in this world. You can't compare anything in this world as you can't compare anything to it. That's how division it is. If you think wars are bad, then they are all as a result of division. Because if it was oneness and unity, trust me, you will not hear of all these things. You will not hear of fights. You will not hear of disagreements. But because we are so much enslaved with our greed, so we divide, we go astray and all these things. So trust me, if there is something we need to work onto as a world. We need to work on division. I'll tell you so much. Remember the Bible stories of Abel and Cain. It was all about selfishness. If these guys could come up together and Cain would ask Abel, how did you do it? Trust me, they would come up with a much more better foundation. But then this one other guy who remained, Cain, was not even peaceful. He had to live as a vagabond.